Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 55 of Rapid Fate Online, and this one's titled Magic Ramen Guild. Oh, my guild is going to take on the level 44 boss soon, Mirio said excitedly. You felt Tamaki stiffen slightly, and you discreetly rubbed his arm to calm him. You are? When? Your best friend asked, expertly getting the information you needed. Today or tomorrow, Mirio replied confidently. We're pretty set. We've gathered as much information about the boss as possible, and we just need to get to the cave. Tamaki stood up abruptly. Yin, I just remembered we need to discuss something important. Would you come with me a minute? Sure, you said happily, getting up and linking arms with him as you walked away from the group. We need to act today, Tamaki said, once you two were out of earshot of the others. We need to find Mirio in-game and ask him to join our raid party. Okay, but isn't that going to upset his plans for taking on the boss with his guild? You asked as you both walked towards the classrooms. Well, yes, possibly, but I need him with me on this mission. He's been my best friend since primary school, and I want to fight alongside him, Tamaki said softly. Oh, you're such a sweetheart, you said with a gentle smile as you both walked into an empty classroom. You slid the door closed behind you as Tamaki sat down in a chair that was sideways to the desk, leaning his elbow against the top of the wooden board to think. He was deep in thought, possibly about how to approach Mirio in-game about the request, but you had other ideas. Silently you walked over to him and stood in front of him, running your fingers through his hair as you pulled his head against your torso. Without thinking, he wrapped his arms around your waist, and you stepped forward and positioned yourself so that you were straddling his legs, then sat down in his lap, still facing him. His curious eyes met yours as you kept your fingers knitted into his hair, and he gazed into your eyes. We haven't spent much time together, you whispered needily as you pressed your forehead against his, your eyes still boring into his. But I see you every day in RFO and school, Tamaki said, confused as he slipped his hands behind you and ran his hands up and down your back. No, I mean together, you said, biting your bottom lip as you pulled yourself deeper into his lap. I've missed your touch. Oh, Tamaki stuttered with a blush, finally catching on to what you were talking about. His hand slid down to your hips, and he tilted his head slightly so that his lips could meet yours. As you started kissing, you let out a soft moan as he pulled your hips into his with his hands, his tongue gently exploring your mouth as you two kissed deeply. Maybe we could spend some time alone tonight in RFO before we log out, you quizzed airily, after you had broken away from the kiss. Okay, so either RFO has a birth control option, or y'all better save up enough mahi for condoms, a disgruntled voice said from the door, and you jumped at the sudden intrusion. Oh, God, it's just you, bestie. Far out, don't scare me like that, you said with relief. Ugh, I need to bleach my eyeballs, she said with fake disgust. I sincerely apologize, best friend. I'm so embarrassed, Tamaki mumbled softly, trying to hide his face against your chest. Don't be embarrassed, baby, you whispered to him. She's just jealous, you added loudly so that your bestie could hear you. Ignore your statement and just ask you a valid question. Was this the important thing that needed discussing? She asked, gesturing to the somewhat provocative position that you were still in. Well, we were discussing that we needed to find Mirio in-game today so Tamaki could reveal himself, and then ask Mirio to join the raid party, but then you got horny and decided to get jiggy in the classroom, Bestie finished for you. Well, you sung, rolling your eyes to the left with a smirk and avoiding eye contact with her. Anyways, she said exasperatedly, Mirio is going to be at his guild headquarters tonight for final plans. His headquarters are on level 25. I can take you there if you like. Yes, please, Tamaki said quickly, pulling his head off your chest to reply your best friend. Okay, settled. Let's meet on level 25 in the main square near the teleportation site at 6 PM game time, your best friend said before walking out of the room. I'll make sure you're back home with enough time to have sexy VR times after finding Mirio, she called over her shoulder as she left. I'm so embarrassed, Tamaki wailed, burying his face into your chest again. You just laughed. Don't mind her, baby, it's fine. So is this it? Butterfly asked as you and Sexy Schoolgirl 69 and he stood outside a building that was supposed to be the headquarters of Magata's guild, Magic Ramen. On second thoughts, this is definitely the place, he added, after seeing the guild name. He stepped forwards to the door and pushed it open, making to walk inside, and you went to follow, but Sexy Schoolgirl 69 grabbed your arm quickly. I'll wait out here, babes. If Magata sees me, he'll know that you two will be people that he knows too. I want him to get the biggest surprise when he realizes who Butterfly is, she said with a devious chuckle. You need to tell me how it goes, okay? Done deal, babes, you said with a grin as you quickly chased Butterfly in. Where is your leader? Butterfly called loudly into the room of mages as he entered the building. Whoop, no introduction, you laughed internally. This is about to get interesting. What is your business here? The second in command asked gruffly, standing abruptly to confront you and Butterfly. Hold it, a voice said from the back of the room, and you and Butterfly nearly screeched. There was Mirio, as himself, in mage gear, looking very cool indeed. He must have used the mirror function when he started in RFO. He looks exactly like himself in real life. The fact that Mirio looked exactly the same in-game threw Butterfly for a second, and he just froze on the spot. I come to challenge you, Magata, Butterfly said, drawing his sword and pointing it at the mage guild leader. If I lose, I will join your guild, but if I win, then you will join my raid party for the boss on level 44. There was a gasp that went through the guild members at this bold declaration, and Magata smirked. And who do you think you are? He asked, assuming a power stance with hands on hips with his chest puffed out. Oh, my name is highlighted above my head, Butterfly replied awkwardly. See? He pointed up to his username icon. Oh, of course, yes. Butterfly. Is that pronounced Butterfly? It's pronounced #1 player in RFO, sir, one of the guild members said quietly to Magata from the side. #1? Magata gasped. Well, this is veg garlic extra fantastic. I accept your challenge. A groan went through the members. And there ends chapter 55. Stay tuned for chapter 56 coming tomorrow.